Yo, Future Ryan here. So I realized to say something is I created a new Discord server. It's revamped, and I will try my best to be active on it. I'll be also like trying to get some moderators to watch if anything bad happen and reporting it to me. And I will try to take my Discord servers sometime like a little bit serious. So yeah, if you want to join the new Discord, it will be on the link in the description, okay? Yo, Ryan here. So today I'll be doing What If Naruto Was Betrayed Part 11, so let's get started. Tsunade sat in Oliver's office with the rookies as they ate lunch. Oliver sat at his end of the table as he ate nothing but steak and wine. He swallowed a small glass of wine with a smile as they looked at him and said, "Shoji, are you sure he's not related to you?" Kiba asked. "I don't think so. He got no chakra and he's all muscle," Shoji said as they looked at the stack of plates in front of Oliver. It was really big stack of empty plates. A guard walked up behind Oliver as he asked, "Would you like more, Mr. Oliver?" "No, thank you. I'm gonna let my stomach settle. Ask the guests," Oliver replied as the guard bowed. The guard then went around asking everyone if they would like more. Yes, please," Shoji asked. "It's not too much to ask." "Nonsense. I eat like this every day. My friend eats wherever you like," Oliver said. "Right away, sir," the guard said as Tsunade started. "You know, I've heard a lot about the Black Pentagon, but what is it exactly?" Tsunade asked. "Simply put it in my trophy home," Oliver said, making everyone's eyes grow wide. Tsunade gulped as then asked, "What do you mean?" "Every person in this place, every person in every cell is someone I captured," Oliver replied as he took out a cigar. He lit a cigar and took a deep breath before puffing out a smoke of cloud. Leaning back into his chair, his eyes seemed to glow as he said, "I can't capture any criminal, and I built this place to prove it." Tsunade nervously laughed. "But there are a set of you that have been transferred here, and only person I've let go," Oliver said. "The person I let go gave me this scar." "What?" "Yep, with just his knuckles. It cut through my cheek like a knife through meat. I still remember the sound of slice. It was the first fight I lost," Oliver explained. "And who was this?" Sakura asked. "You know who, Sakura Haruno." "It was Naruto, wasn't it?" Tsunade asked as Oliver nodded. "Impossible," Nishi shouted. "How can that even be possible?" "Oh, a lot of things aren't possible here. In fact, I think a lot of the impossible is possible when it comes to Naruto." "I'm still not believing it," Nishi shouted as he stood up from his chair. "Nishi, please sit," Hinata asked as he looked at her. "But Hinata, just sit," Hinata ordered, surprising him. "Naruto has gone through a lot. If you saw what I did, you would understand." "If you insist," Nishi whispered as he sat back down. Tsunade looked down at her plate. She then looked back at Oliver. "Do you have recordings?" Tsunade asked as Oliver smiled. "Of when?" Oliver asked. "Let's say 5 years ago," Tsunade questioned as Oliver's smile grew wider. "5 years ago, huh? I think I now just have the one," Oliver said. "Wait, just the one?" "There are multiple recordings of Mr. Uzumaki, but the one from 5 years ago is my favorite," Oliver said as he clapped his hand. "Bring me the recording of Uzumaki rampage against the former Vice Warden Griffiths." "Yes, sir," Joseph said as he walked over to the large TV at the end of the room. As he pulled up Naruto Rampage before Joseph could play it though, Oliver put a hand up and said, "First, I think we need some context. These guards are the elite of the elite. Only certain people can join." "Like how many?" "Remember, these are normal people, no chakra, no nothing, just their intellects and training. 20 people are selected for this, and the only one makes it out become an elite," Oliver explained. "And from those 20 we had to select from 100. Already in elite spot themselves as they have position guard, high class official like politician. So out of 100, only one person is able to become an elite. Yes, and I will say elite is some trouble against. And what's the rank? Shonen, that's it? Oliver said as he snapped his finger. Wait, shonen? Tsunade asked. Yup, in just bare knuckle brawl, but anything else will be favor of ninja. Oliver said. No. The requirement for you to be in the 100 in the first place is to have height of 173 centimeters or more and weight about 80 kilograms or more. They all train for about 400 days to eliminate the good from the bad. That's almost average, Lee said. Yeah, I know, but all of them are placed here. We usually have about little over 3 dozen stationed here. Now then, the helmets they wear are larger than the one the assault guard have, but the third lighter and 5 times stronger, Oliver said as Joseph brought out 2 to compare. He told Tsunade both of them. She caught them. Why not see for yourself? Strongest woman in the world, Oliver said as Tsunade crushed both of them, but the larger one she had a harder time with. After crushing the small one, she had to use both hands to even make it like a bent or dent. Oliver smiled as he continued. Now, acrylic reinforcement is used on the face to prevent injuries on the front. A neck brace is placed to prevent brain damage and protecting the neck area. Every part of the body is protected with an armor strong enough to prevent damage from small bomb the size of the baseball bat or a baseball. He said as he took out one and to show them. Then he had Joseph pull out a gun and looking device. Then we have the state-of-the-art shooter. 6-feet iron bullets each, weighing about 800 grams each, flying at 20 miles per hour with a range of 47 meters. If one shot at the point-blank range, it will be enough to shatter bones, Oliver said. Why are you telling us all of these? Simple for one. You're going to need it. Need it? Are you saying that we are going to steal your technology? No. I'm giving it to you. At least that's way Naruto has a challenge, Oliver said as he whispered the last part. Giving it to us? Ino asked. How do we know that we aren't going to blow up after we put it on? Oh, simple. We don't have chakra. We can make those paper bombs you ninja are all about. If anything, we can't make something small enough to fit in there, Oliver said, unless we replace all the silver with C4, he thought. Okay, enough of this, just show us the tape, Tsunade said as Oliver put on the tape. Minako, Naruto shouted as the end of Oliver paused it. Everyone raised an eyebrow when Naruto said that. Minako? Who's Minako? Tsunade asked. Minako is a girl. She was kidnapped by a former vice warden and Naruto rampaged to get her back, Oliver said as Hinata looked at him. Who is she? Ah, Minako's such a nice girl. Always going on about how she gonna be strong like her daddy. One time I was teasing her and she threatened to give me a scar like her daddy, Oliver said. Naruto has this daughter? Tsunade asked. Yup. Who's the mother? Sakura asked as Oliver looked at her. His smile smile had faded from his face as he said, her name was Kukuru, and she considered it a taboo. What happened? Hinata asked. I'd rather not. She died shortly after giving birth, Oliver said as they all looked down in sadness. I see. I think we better leave it and try find Naruto, Tsunade said. Yes, it's been nice meeting you, Oliver said as the TV changed channels. This just in, the dam of the Land of Lightning was held hostage earlier this week, and the third of Como had been destroyed. A news reporter said, I think I know where Naruto is, Oliver said. Naruto awoke with a light in his eyes. He blinked several times before he sat up and looked around. Why am I always waking up in a hospital room? Naruto whispered. Getting off the bed, he pulled out some IV drips from his arm and did several stretches. Seeing his clothes on chair, he put them on and cracked his neck, but therefore he could leave a door open to reveal Samui and Minako. Daddy! Minako shouted with joy, and Naruto smiled and bent down. Hey, sweetheart, Naruto said as he picked her up. Daddy, you're You finally wake, Minako said as Naruto chuckled. You bet I'm awake now. What's you got there? Naruto asked as he saw Minako holding a bag. She set her down and Minako reached into the bag and pulled out a cup of instant ramen. She thought you might be hungry when you wake up, someone said in a nervous tone. Ramen man, they already hadn't changed the design in all of these years, Naruto said as she grabbed it. It's pork. I hadn't tried it. I've only had beef. Do you like a ramen? I mean, yeah. I love the way Iyami makes it. Did you say Iyami? Naruto asked as the third person entered through the door with several bags. Sorry it took us a long time for me to get here, Samui. Here are the rest of the ramen. My kami, Iyami said as she dropped the bags. Naruto's eyes grew wide as he looked at Iyami and she looked back. Tears started to fall from her eyes as Iyami launched forward to wrap Naruto in a hug. It's you, Kami, I missed you. Iyami whispered. Iyami? What are you doing here? Naruto asked. We moved here a few years after you were sent into prisons. Kaki, you grown so much. Look at you. Yeah, I guess I have grown. Oh, I have. Have you met my daughter? Naruto asked as he looked at Minako. Yes, I have. She looked like you, but who's the mother? Iyami questioned. Naruto froze as he was about to speak before you finally wake, as they turned all to say A in a wheelchair with a cast on both of his legs. Lord Reikage? Samui said as A rolled into the room. At ease now. I got some beef with you, brat, A said as Naruto smirked, carefully pushing Iyami out of the way. So, you come back ready for round 3? Naruto asked as he cracked his knuckles. First off, I want to know why you're trying to kill me. I don't even know who you are. You ruined my life, Naruto shouted, causing the whole building to shake. 8 years ago, I was sentenced to life because I assaulted you. Well, I'm out to finish the job. Assaulting me? If anything, I would have said, congrats, Brett, you've got a pair, and then proceed to send you back home in a body cast. That's what you've been saying since I met you, and I'm not buying it, Naruto screamed as Impo appeared. Sir, I have some bad news, the Impo said, and said to A. What is it? A asked. We've received reports of 2 Akatsuki members making their way through the village day looking for Lord V. My life, A said as Naruto rolled his shoulder while walking out. I'm gonna go blow off some steam. Don't expect the village to be alright afterward, Naruto said as he walked out. Also, Iyami, Samui, watch Minako for me. Sure thing, Iyami said with a smile as Naruto walked out. 30 minutes later, Naruto sat on the middle of this right section of Komo as he waited for these 2 Akatsuki members to appear. He didn't have to wait long when he saw 2 men walking up to him, wearing black cloaks with red clouds, and one man tall with a blue-haired skin along with a large something on his back. The other was a man with fair complexion and shorter than the first. He had onyx eyes, and something about him made Naruto angry. Maybe it was the way he looked. Naruto Uzumaki, the smaller man asked. May I help you? Naruto asked. We met many years ago. I knocked you on your door. Itachi? Naruto asked. Hey, what am I? A shoplifter? The blue man asked. Kisame, Naruto replied, making the man smile. So I do remember. Yeah, I do also remember you making the remark about cutting my legs so I couldn't run, Naruto said with a smirk as he stood up. But now, I think we better cut the, chit chat. We aren't here for you, we are here for the 8 tails, Itachi said as Naruto spat in his general direction. Doesn't look like I give a crap, Naruto asked as Itachi started to walk toward him. I don't have time for this, Itachi said as Naruto clapped his hand in front of Itachi. Where do you think you're going? I don't have to tell you anything, Itachi replied as Naruto smirked. That's so well done, how about I just kill you? Naruto shouted as he raised his hand into the air. To it, Itachi just stood there as he waited for the attack to come more. Like moments before Itachi got hit, however, he struck Naruto in the throat. Naruto stumbled backward as Itachi then kicked him in the stomach, causing him to hunch over. Naruto gasped as Itachi punched Naruto in the nose. Like a sickening crack was heard as Naruto fell to his knees with blood flowing out of his nose. Itachi looked down at Naruto as he said, I want you to apologize. For what? Naruto asked. For interfering with my mission, Itachi said as he continued to beat Naruto. And here's the surprise, guys. In the real world, Naruto stood off of the side as he watched Itachi punch and kick the air. Kisame was watching as well as he said, hey Itachi, cut that out. He's to your left. Your left. He can't hear you, Naruto said as he walked around Itachi. He's fighting his own battle at the moment. What are you talking about? He's in the middle of a fight against me, of course, it's not the real me. So, Genjutsu, Kisame asked as Naruto shrugged, no idea what to call it. I can't use chakra, so there's no way he can detect it. Then what is it? It's a dreamlike state, I believe. Kyoho Dorain called it hypnosis, Naruto said as he got behind Itachi. I'm gonna leave it there, cliffhanger, I hope you enjoy it. See you next video, peace out, bye bye. Also don't forget to take care of yourself.